Cornerback Orlando Scandrick is joining us now. Orlando, I feel like I've been asking you all year, but finally, this is when it really matters. In your opinion, who wins the NFC East?
The loyalist Cowboy fan in me is going to say the Cowboys. But when it comes down to it, I just don't know if the stinky Eagles have anything left in the tank.
Yeah, I'm hoping you're right. They don't have anything left in the tank. Look, the Cowboys are going to win this game. So basically, it's on Washington. So the Giants are not winning. You don't win a game, and you look at them and the way they played over the last 3 weeks, they've lost all of their games by at least 14 points. 2 of the last 3 games, Daniel Jones have gone down at least 6 times in those games, because what makes him a competent quarterback, a serviceable quarterback, is his ability to get out of harm's way. He can run. Hence the 80-yard takeoff and run that he had against the Eagles the first game, and they came back about 3 weeks later, and he had a 34-yard touchdown run. But if he can't run, he's not good enough just sitting in the pocket throwing the football. If he was Tom Brady, if he was Aaron Rodgers or Mahomes, and he had that type of arm and had that type of accuracy, I can say, you know what, he can beat him from the pocket. But I haven't seen any of that where he can just consistently beat someone from the pocket. So I believe the Eagles. I believe the Cowboys will win this game very easily. Now, what it comes down to, do I believe Alex Smith, who hasn't played in what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks now? It'll be 3 weeks with that bum calf. How much can he do? Can he not turn the football over, put the Eagles on short fields? You got to make Jalen Hurts drive the length of the football field to get points. And one thing that we've seen over the last couple of weeks, Jalen Hurts has turned the football over too. We talk about Carson Wentz turning it over. Jalen Hurts is a turnover machine too now. You see that, right?
Both of them. But look, Skip, I know you're shaking your head, but let me dive into it. So when I look at football from all my 25 years of experience, I start from the front to the back. So I start from the trenches to the skill players. And I just think that Washington is too good, up front, offensively and defensively. I think the Eagles will not be able to protect them. And I think with possibly Fletcher Cox missing this last game, the Eagles won't be able to affect Washington, and they won't even need Alex Smith or Tyler Heineke, whatever his name is. He won't even have to put the ball in harm's way, and they'll just turn around, they'll run it, they'll win ugly, and then they'll force some turnovers from the turnover machine, and then But I would love to see the Cowboys win, but I think the Cowboys take care of business, and they let things have to fall in their place.
Okay, before I answer this question one last time, I want to ask Mr. Scandrick a question, and nobody should be able to answer it better than he should be able to. Obviously, you played many years for the Dallas Cowboys, but you finished your career playing 3 games, 2019, for the Eagles. So you have some feel for that locker room and how they feel about the Dallas Cowboys. So give me your gut feeling about, deep down, subliminally, psychologically, subconsciously, the Eagles have to be thinking, if we win this game, we're going to be winning the division for the Dallas Cowboys. Again, they have to go win at New York first, but they'll know this because they're playing the night game. So deep down, how much will it gnaw at them that they could be winning the division for the team they hate the most?
I don't think that that's a factor at all. Because at the end of the day, this is their job. This is how they feed their families. Guys are going to have a chance to go into the offseason and put themselves in position to make a lot of money coming up in free agency. And, if you go out there and you lay an egg, some guys may not make any money. And this is always a job audition for the other 31 teams in the league. So I think they go out there and they play hard. One thing they do always seem to do is play hard regardless of who's on the field. So I think they do play hard, and I don't think it really matters to them if Dallas wins the division or not.
Okay.
Skip, you also might be playing hard for a new coach. He's going to be looking at that tape, too. Ain't no assurances. I know Doug Peterson said that, I have every reason to believe that I'm coming back in 2021. But I hadn't heard Jeffrey Lurie say that.
Okay, so back to the question at hand. Back to the Cowboys. We haven't discussed the Jason Garrett factor. Obviously, Jason Garrett coached this team for way too long.
No, he did.
Way too long, and he coached Scandrick for a long time.
3 divisions. You got 3 division titles.
Yeah, lots of 8 and 8s in there. Old 8 and 8 Jason, and he's up there trying to direct that offense, and it's going nowhere slowly as usual. No surprise here. But obviously, Jason knows where all the bodies are buried in the Cowboy defense because he knows it up close and personal. I don't think it's a huge advantage for New York because everybody knows where the bodies are buried on the Dallas defense because they're everywhere, right?
Just run the football.
You just run it. Again, do the Giants have the capability to run the football? Well, it's not what they do very well because they're ranked by Pro Football Focus the 26th rushing attack, and they're down to Wayne Gallman. And I've always respected him because he will try hard, but he's got one 100-yard game this year, and it was at Seattle when they pulled off maybe the upset of the year with Colt McCoy at quarterback. What was it, 4 games back?
Yep.
And now they've lost 3 in a row. So speaking of not having enough left in the tank, they hate Dallas too, so I'm sure they will play as hard as they can. I just don't think they're good enough because they don't rush the passer and they don't protect their passer enough, and so that should be huge advantage for Dallas. So Dallas is actually favored by 2 points at New York. So I believe Dallas is going to win this game 30-20 because Dallas had just caught fire on offense, and it's hard to deal with Andy Dalton throwing to Michael Gallup. And if you want to double or triple him, if you want to try to take him completely away, good luck with Amari Cooper and better luck with CeeDee Lamb. So I see Dallas winning this game fairly easily. Now I'm back to Orlando's contention, Orlando Scandrick, that the Eagles don't have enough left in the tank. Well, man, they gave Dallas all they wanted last Sunday.
For a half.
Well, wait a second. Jalen Hurts had 411 total yards in that game. Is that good?
In 3 turnovers.
Have you ever seen a game won in 30 minutes?
A game won in 30 minutes? No. So,
yeah,
so what?
They didn't have nothing left. But this is what scares me. I don't even want to get back into the Eagles. You know, the Eagles, I don't. They don't have it. That's last week's lunch. But to get back to the Giants, what scares me about the Giants is they're so well coached on defense. And it's going to be a colder game. It's going to be an 80% precipitation. It's going to be a wet game. And I don't have the confidence to when they stack the box and when they put 8 people in the box and they totally commit to making Dalton beat you. I don't have the confidence that Andy Dalton could take the Dallas Cowboys anywhere.
There was a stretch there, Skip, where the Giants defense, they could generate pressure. You remember how they was getting at Tom? They was getting at Tom, made Tom uncomfortable. And that was one of the reasons why they beat Seattle in Seattle. They got Russell Wilson 5 times. And then all of a sudden, it's like, I don't know what happened. What happened was that their quarterback started turning the football over and they started going 3 and out. And after a while, 3 and out, you'll wear down any defense. And I think they started to get worn down. And I think if I'm the Cowboys, that's my plan. My plan is to try to keep him out there as long as I possibly can. And then if I'm on the defensive side, Mike Nolan, hey, go get him. He can't go anywhere. Where you running? The last thing that you ever want to try to do, if you got to pull a hamstring, is move suddenly. So I'm turning the hounds loose. I'm blitzing my linebackers. I'm coming to get them.
I will give you this. The Giants' defense is 10th in points allowed.
Yeah.
So you can say they're a top 10 defense, right? Mm-hmm. Orlando, I don't know if you've been watching closely Andy Dalton over the last 3 games. He's got 7 touchdowns to 1 interception, and he's on fire with Michael Gallup.
On fire versus the Bengals with their 3rd-string quarterback, the 49ers with their 3rd-string quarterback, and the Eagles with their practice squad players.
Okay, did you happen to notice what the Bengals did after they lost 30-7 to Andy Dalton in his return to his old stomping grounds? What they turned right around and did to the Steelers, 27-17?
What I'm trying to tell you is it's a division game. You know, when you play in the league, you have division games. It don't matter how bad you are. You're going to compete.
Okay, and I guess you'll dismiss this as another division game, but then Andy Dalton hung 41 on San Francisco. San Francisco turned right around and held Kyler and company to 12.
Well, they might have should have started C.J. Beathard instead of Mullins because Mullins is a turnover machine. All you got to do is just pull him arm and the ball will just hit the dirt.
Okay, so Dallas has scored 30, 41, and 37. That's an average of 36 points a game over the last 3. And you're saying Andy Dalton can't get it done?
Can I get me one of them cases of dude? Can I get a bet for a case of dude that they won't score 30 points?
30? I got them scoring.
They won't even score 25.
Okay, I'll do 25 for a case.
Okay.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Now, all of a sudden, he believes the Cowboy offense should be, they should average 35, 36 points a game because they play some bad teams. Skip, that's not who they are.